So June 2024 was mainly spent me hanging out with my friends and my family as much as I could before I went away to college for the first time in August. And also me playing in a collegiate baseball league, preparing for my baseball season here at UC. And July 2024 was a lot of the same, going to the pool with my friends, hanging out with my mom and my dad, and playing baseball. And then August is really when it hit me that I would be moving out of my hometown, moving away from my hometown friends and my family for the first time in my life. And each day, as it got closer and closer to the move out day, August 15th, it just felt more and more real that I would be moving out of my hometown. And so the week before move out day, just trying to see all my best friends as much as I could before I left. And before I knew it, August 15th came, and packed up both cars because I had a lot of stuff to bring, obviously. So packed up my car and my dad's car, and we headed from Annapolis, Maryland to Charleston, West Virginia. We started the journey, and we stayed in a hotel that night of the 15th, and that hotel, like, the nerves, I was getting very anxious for the next day, for the move-in day, because I had a lot of things in my mind, such as I have so many people to meet here at school, the baseball team and everyone in my class. And then another big thing on my mind was, would I be able to keep up with my classes and keep my grades up and also be a baseball player? So there's a lot of excitement for sure, also a lot of nerves, a mix of both for sure. And so moving day, August 16th, 2024, freshman Nick comes to campus with his mom and dad and his dad's girlfriend, and we have everything in the cars ready to go. I had the earliest move-in time possible, 10 a.m. So we got to the room, and my mom immediately starts rearranging all the furniture like I knew she would, and I love her for that. And my roommate Zach wasn't moving until noon, 12. He had a later move-in day, and I remember being but I was definitely anxious to meet Zach, my roommate, because we were talking on social media throughout the summer, but I just wanted to make a good first impression the first time I met him. And 2 hours go by, and Zach and his family get to the room, and I meet his two sisters and his mom and dad, all really nice people. And so me and Zach get to the small talk, how was the drive, how was the hotel that you stayed in last night, things of that nature. But after the small talk get out of the way, we got straight to business. We started talking about things that we wanted to plan for the room, such as where is the mini fridge gonna go, where is the posters that we have gonna go. Like behind me, his Yankees flag. I'm an Orioles fan, so I hate looking at that thing, but there's things of that nature. And so after getting our room situated, we started walking around the hallways of the dorm, and just to see what other baseball players are in what room, and we just started to introduce ourselves to our teammates, just because the first night we didn't really have anything else going on. And so the next day at lunch, my first stop going to the cafeteria, and this was overwhelming because a lot of the baseball teammates of ours were at the one table. And so a lot of kids I had to introduce myself to. I've never been asked where I'm from and my name so many times. I think I got asked those questions about 10 times during that one lunch period. But it was very, very enjoyable to meet my new teammates and to start getting going with that process. And later that night, we met our suite mates, Jed and Noah, both football players. And so they're not, there's two roommates in a room, and then across the other room are Jed and Noah, and we share the same bathroom, which is in the middle. And originally, me and Noah were supposed to be roommates, but then our baseball coach, Dean, switched that up, so me and Zach would be roommates because he wanted baseball players together. So we asked Jed and Noah if they wanted to go to the local fast food place for dinner. We went to Cookout, got some milkshakes, and just started comparing how our baseball schedule would be with their football schedule, and just got pretty close with them early, which was nice because we're sharing a bathroom with them, of course. And then the next day we had a a scavenger hunt for all the freshmen, and that was just, you know, another great way to meet more of my classmates and more of my teammates. And then at this point, I've pretty much met everyone I've needed to meet, but now it was time to get into practice. And this was something that I've been looking forward to for a while because I wanted to prove myself and to show my teammates that I belong there. And my first practice, I'm a pitcher, so I was throwing with one of the upperclassmen, and that was pretty intimidating because this is a guy who's 3 to 4 years older than me and who's been in college for a long time, and I'm just a freshman getting my feet wet. So pretty intimidating, like I said. But that was a great experience. And then I feel like every practice I just got more and more comfortable and just started having more and more fun. And then as far as class goes, I said earlier that I was kind of nervous. I didn't know how good I was going to be at keeping in track with all my classes and keeping my grades up as a baseball player. But I just started to get really dialed in with my time management, and I figured out when I needed to study, and that ended up being before baseball practice, so I could have the night off to myself to go to the cafeteria and eat. And as time went on, I just kind of realized what worked for me, and my first 2 weeks of college ended up exceeding my expectations, and yeah, thank you.